I am an individual with an imagination. My inner faith illuminates innovations. In a space with infinite inspiration, I was born free from all incarceration. Incredible, living infallibly, intelligent, outshine with my inner being. This is me, impeccable as ever been. I am you, you are me. This is my identity.
You've tuned in into the right channel at the right time. Yes, it is Identity, right here on SABC1 Mzansi for sure. I'm your host Mpumi Mbete, keeping you company for the next 30 minutes. Ngiyajabula kakhulu ukuthi siphinze sahlangana lomuhla. The Islamic world is into the 4th day of the fasting month of Ramadan. We'd like to wish all our Muslim viewers the best for this holy month of spiritual renewal. Siqhubeke ngehlelo lethu lalomuhla. Uma ngabe ufuna kwathi ukuthi sikuphatheleni lomhla ekseni unganyakati utobona imenu yethu leqonsisa emathe. Let's take a look. In today's episode of Identity, we get to know a young chartered accountant of Viwetini. The St. John's Brass Band in Kagiso uses music to get closer to God in this week's Encounter story. Get clicking and download with this week's media review segment. We check out an app for your smart device. We also review a must-read book by a local author. And we wrap up the show with the oh-so-heavenly sounds of Bongani Ngumane. Kubukeka ngazuthi bunanzi bodwa nini bekunene. Ngiyathemba utifanela nami utulungiselela inkomishi yakho yelitiye nobe likhofi nemakhekhe. Mina ngitomkela sivakashi sethu salomuhla. Chartered accountancy is the highest professional qualification in accounting in South Africa, and chartered accountants are in high demand on the job market. Sivakashi sami salomuhla ongulemunye webantfu labamnyama labasikati labakuyo lembonyi. Lo dzatse ukhona lomuhla kutositshela kabanti ngempilo yakhe. Viwetini, welcome to Identity.
Thank you for having me.
Are you going to have a cupcake?
No, I think I'm good with my coffee.
Well, let's start and talk about Viwe as a child. Ukhulele kuphi bomntwana lunjani nje?
I grew up in the Eastern Cape, a small town in the former Transkei, a small town between East London and Mthatha. I come from Butterworth. Grew up in a household that was male-dominated, 4 brothers, no sisters, just me.
Ouch.
So that was pretty much my prelude to life and my profession, pretty much.
And how did accounting come into your life? From high school level, did you always like it?
I didn't particularly like it, as a matter of fact. I didn't even know I would be a chartered accountant, let alone study accounting, anything accountant. I was really bad at numbers. How it came together is actually my brothers had a lot to do with it.
Okay.
They wanted me to do something that they felt could be sustaining for me in the future, and that they knew that I'd be able to afford the kind of life that they wanted me to have. And so they sort of, scooted me in that direction. Over and above that, it was a case of having a visit from a member of SAICA, Budwandu Bantum, who came to our school to give awareness on the career choices that were out there, and specifically chartered accountancy. And so that's how I came across it,
But you say your brothers had a lot of influence with your career choice.
Yeah.
Growing up in an environment yebafana nje kuphela, ekhaya nikhulisweni bantfu labakhonzako benikhuze, how did spirituality factor into your childhood?
Ndikhule ndihamba icawe. Ekhaya sazi bakusasa niyavuka niye Sunday school. Sunday school seemed to take a little longer than the regular church. But my mom and dad were quite hectic about that. But the thing that I'm really grateful to the both of them for is that they gave us the freedom to choose where it is that your spirit would find a home. That is what kind of church. Back home there's the dominations. So at home it's one God at the end of the day. So where your spirit finds home, that's where you go, and that's what I've done all my life.
And what are some of the spiritual values that you learned in childhood but you still apply empilweni yakho namhla?
My mother normally would say to me, God is not necessarily somebody that in the everyday life we say, I can see you, you are God, like I'm sitting here with you. But God talks to you he's got a small voice that talks to you specifically, and it's not loud and it's not rude. It talks to you in a manner, it's almost whispering to you, but it akins to your likeness. And so it's always that when you listen to yourself and you're thinking, should I be doing this? Should I not be doing this? That small voice at the back of your mind that says, And sometimes, you want to ignore it because it makes life easier. But that's pretty much the one thing that I've kept from childhood all the way to now.
And in your career, how does that small voice speak? Because I can imagine you're dealing with numbers, you're dealing with money, integrity is always that question.
It makes it easier being a Christian, I guess, to have that bit of, that integrity is a requirement that you grow up with. It's part of something that is implied or even implicit in your Christianity, that you need to be a person of integrity and that you need to be a person ononembezo tetai now. So from that perspective, it's been something that's useful to have.
Well, I want to talk more about varsity life when you were studying accounting. In varsity, we used to see those BCom accounting students. They looked so serious they didn't have a social life. How was your life balancing social life and studies?
I had so much fun at varsity.
What? Where'd you go?
I went to school at UPE, now Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University. I had a pretty vibrant varsity life. I tried out a lot of different things. I think I woke up to the fact that, wait a minute, you're studying BCom accounting in my third year, because that's when it got a little bit tricky.
Okay.
But I can't lie, it was the best time of my life. I had enough time. I think I'd worked out how to balance my studies with my recreational activities in high school. So by the time I got to varsity, it was a bit of, okay, I've got a hang of this. And what else is out there? And I was curious. I tried various things that had nothing to do with my career choice some of the times. But yeah.
But the industry you're in, Viewer, was previously male, white dominated. Nyalo umuntu lomnyama lomsikati, lo labasikati are not, too much into that field. So what are the challenges you face as a young woman in the industry?
First, I'd like to just backtrack to something that you said. You said it previously was. It still very much is.
Wow.
It is very male and white dominated. In fact, the profession is bleeding for an influx of black chartered accountants, and specifically on the female front. It's not just the females that are a shortage. Yes, we have a shortage of female chartered accountants. However, within the black sphere, there are so few of us in the profession. To come to the next part of your question, where you say, what are the challenges? For me, specifically as an individual, I can't really plot out specific challenges that talk back to me being a female in the profession, because like I said, I grew up in a male-dominated family, and so for me it's like, oh, okay, I'm here. I'm here with the boys again. Okay, let's do this. But I do have a passion for trying to uplift and create an awareness and give our young women specifically opportunities and the ability to know that they have choices and alternatives rather than what has been the norm all of our lives.
Earlier off air, we were talking about some of the programs that are being implemented to bridge that gap of a lack of black chartered accountants, female chartered accountants. Talk to me about some of those.
There's a number of programs and in various schools and various different parts of the path towards becoming a chartered accountant. Some of it is at a varsity level, some of it is actually at work level, the different parts, be it at the audit firms or the banks and whatever it may be. Specifically, we've got programs such as Tutuka, which serves to assist in the bridging of the gap between the black and the white number of chartered accountants that we have in the profession. We also have programs like Abasa. We have programs within different firms that assist. Specifically my firm, I work for Sizwe Nzaluba Gobodo, which is an all-black firm. And so that in its own is a big drive towards trying to bridge that gap and trying to create as many black chartered accountants as we can. All
right. Well, now for the serious talk, before you start balancing spreadsheets here and talking numbers. We can talk money off air, that's fine. But I want to play a quick word game with you. It's called What Would You Do If? So I'll give you a scenario and you tell me what you would do. If you could travel in time, where would you go? The past or the future?
That's tricky. I think I'd probably want to go to the future like everybody else.
I want to go to the past and fix some things. If you were 10 cents short at the till, what would you do?
I'd tell the lady at the till I'm 10 cents short. Can't we work something out between us?
Right.
10 cents. Black like that.
Black like me. If you're a man for a day,
sure.
Go back to being a woman.
Probably. I'd probably try and create some kind of platform for there to be an understanding between the male and the female race.
I just study the brain, hey? Male brain.
Now there you've got a good one, though.
If you were left in the desert by yourself,
I would die. No, bruh, there's no. How long? You didn't give me. I'd die.
Yeah.
No.
If you were a kitchen utensil, which one would you be?
The dessert spoon.
Why?
They have nice things with that one.
Viwe, thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all the best in everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And yeah, sithandza kufisela Viwe lokuhle kodwa kangathi uNkulunkulu angamanzisela emsebenzini wakhe. Let's take in all that dose of inspiration while we go into this short commercial break. When we come back, we will go straight into our regional story for this week, which is full of sights and sounds of a brass band. Ungayenzao.
This is my identity. This is my identity.
Ngiphinze ngikwemukele ku-Identity. Mina eligama ngingumpumi wakambethe, ngikwetfulela liviki lelisha lelwati nekukhuthateka kwemoya. Here on Identity, we are always delighted to receive your emails about your community outreach organizations and programs. Thank you very much for claiming your spot on the show. Ngisakhuluma ngekuchumana nathi, sithole i-email lephuma kuSien, lolilunga le-Youth Brass Band leseKagiso. Sien usimeme kutovakashela i-St. John's Brass Band, kutobona umsebenzi lomuhle labawendako. Basebenzisa mculo kutsinzana nebantfu labasha emphakatsini. Simbamba kuSkype. Hello Sien, and thank you for writing to us. We are sure glad to have you as part of the Identity show today.
Hi Mpumi, thank you so much for having us. My name is Sien Ragumane, and then my story is music. I've got the band. I'm hoping that our story will touch everybody through music. We can heal people if people are gonna listen to music.
We don't doubt that your story will teach and inspire all our viewers today. I've always been fascinated by brass bands and their parades in the township, so I'm very fascinated to hear your story.
Welcome to St. John's Kagiso Band, Mpumi and our viewers at home. Follow me as I introduce you to the band. Jaanong re na le Pogiso. Pogiso, introduce mo the viewers Identity.
Lebitso la ka ke Pogiso Maroku, ke member le leader ya Kagiso Brass Band.
O inspirile ke eng go join St. John's Kagiso Band?
Oh, first of all, my mom ke mo St. John, so ne tlhole ke bona band ke le munyane ko kereke, and then I wanted to be part of it because ke bona the young disciplined young men there. Then I wanted to go there and be part of it. Bending to because first of all, got discipline. I'm disciplined because of kereke, and I felt I had to do something for Modimo since then. So nje go ba part ya band go nthusetsa too much.
But the music you always are more kereke. Do you think or two sabato out there?
Yeah, music mo kereke wa thusa a lot because of most of the time re tlala di hymn and di philisa batho ibile di afodisa. So je for kereke we doing a really great job.
Jaanong re na le one ya di leader tsa St. John's Kagiso Band. Bana ba ile go like bone ba tisang diphetogo ba tlang ka di ideas go like band e ka improve yang. Ba etsang sure like discipline ba etsenya for the members tsa mo band. Oba introduce mo the viewers tsa Identity.
Oh yeah, my name is Opa. I'm one of the leaders some of band ya Kagiso St. John's Band. Yeah, I'm a leader in the band, making sure that everything in the band is going smooth, recruiting youth from the street to take part in our band, teaching them music and responsibilities as a whole. Like I thought, like I had bad company, friends and all those things. So, and then I liked music. So I thought, no, the best thing for other youth that were involved into these things that I went through, and then I should recruit them into music.
Jaaka ke litsisitse go like St. John's Kagiso band ke band ya youth, band ya di teenager. Jaanong re tshwere chimane. Ke eng phala o e tshwereng?
Trumpet se.
Trumpet.
E short se.
E bereka ya?
Trumpet ke one ga ba ya mo benteng e sainang wa bo. Ke one phala e sainang.
Ya no wena why o joinile band?
O ke joinile band because I ke bone go le important go cause ne ke sena ntwe nka etsang. Batsadi ba ka ba bile bang encourage go ke join cause tsena ke re ke ayo.
Yone ya kira mo benteng le letsa le bo osi. Go like o nagana yang ka go letsa ga bo osi go like maybe banna ba na le more advantage than bo osi. What do you think about osi? Le party tse ba di dalang.
Bo osi I think like ga ba dominate le bone like go ka phale like bone clarinet difficult ba fuwa di party tse di difficult. So go ka commitment and then but lisa like a good difference for music in wa rona.
Jano ha le tsama like gona ne yana go tele Tampo start. What do you do to prepare for mokete?
Or like we practice ka di Tuesdays and Thursdays and maybe 1 hour before Saturday ga re tsama ra practice nyana and then re tshwara prayer ke bua le modimo ka music.
O bua le modimo ka music wa go godisa spiritual. What do you think like wa gola se bona gona le diphetogo since o joinile band mo phelong ba gago?
Yeah, ke bona gona a lot of difference mo phelong ma since ke join a band and tuta like ga intuti because of music fela mara like the basics.
Mo St. John's Kagiso band re na le male and females. Gona nna ke tshwere one ya bo osi ba mo banding lebitso la re ke Umaki e tsebise mo di viewing tsa identity.
Okay, nna ka lebitso ke Umaki Rakomane. Ke dlala clarinet.
Es motho wa mosadi mo banding like ha ke go tsena wanta ba khatellong go tsama mo lekano go tletse bashimane.
I don't really get mo khatellong cause for bending to ke itseng gore we equal like aba khetole just cause for bending re bona gore re na le di ability ba botle ka go tshwana. So go mo go wena if you believe in yourself gore I can do this. So and then we get the support from the guys like everyone for bending gore re say tsela go tlase because we ladies bente e mpontshitse life gore through modimo anything is possible.
That was indeed an inspiring story. I am so amazed with the talent of the St. John's Brass Band, and thanks to Cian for inviting Identity to cover their story. After this brief commercial break, we will look at what's big in the cyber world and what book to add to your growing bookshelf. We will be right back with our media reviews.
This is my identity. This is my identity.
Welcome back to Identity. Thank you so much for hanging with us every Sunday morning right here on your home channel, Mzansi for sure. Before we move right along, let's have a quick recap of today's show. We spoke to a dynamic young woman who is leaving her mark in the chartered accounting industry, Viwe Dini. We also profiled a youth brass band from Kagiso. As if that's not enough, we now cross over to a segment that has kept us updated with all things cool and techno savvy. Let's check out what's happening this week. First things first, we review an application called Everyday First Aid HD Lite. In an emergency, time and knowledge are of the essence. This app provides you with clear and easy to follow medical advice on what to do when disaster strikes, covering a broad range of topics from heart attacks to allergic reactions and insect bites. The app gives you an introduction to first aid. From there, it lists various medical conditions that one may come across. Select an ailment and you are taken to a page with a summary of the ailment as well as the symptoms, risk factors and methods of prevention. It also offers you the option to store your personal emergency contact information within the app. With clear, concise and well-organized information, this app will give you the know-how to handle a variety of medical emergencies, from life-threatening ones to less serious. The medical information contained within is based on guidelines provided by the American Red Cross and other health organizations. So whether you're at home or on holiday, in the office or on the road, Everyday First Aid HD Lite is a must-have for medical emergencies. On to the second part of our media review is a book written by a young, inspirational speaker and founder of Answers Consultation, Karabo Ansa Likalakala, titled 7 Principles of Understanding Women. In his book, the author guides women and men to understand each other using relationship principles that we may already know but are applying incorrectly. He believes that nothing is too difficult when you are able to understand its main source and the reason it operates the way it does. This book will help men and women to get along well in their relationship, enhancing it and taking it to a spiritual level. Your relationship will never be the same again after reading and meditating on this book, as it will help you and your partner to gain a better understanding of each other individually. The book gives you inspiration in loving what you do as a man and as a woman. That is the force of attraction which is more powerful than love. Bathi tindzabati pheli kepha nje kuphela sikhathi. Kepha ngibonge ukuthi ukhethe ukuhlala nathi lo muhla. We are back again next week with a bang as usual when we bring you a one-on-one chat with CEO of Live Out Loud, Michael Eilertson. Kanzi ungaqhubeka nixhumana nathi ku Twitter @Identity TV Show. And our Facebook page is growing every day. Simply search for Identity TV Show, and just like that, we are forever connected 24/7. Ngingumpumi wakambethe landvako licaphu lasemalahleni. Ngihambisana nelithimba la ku Identity ngithi salani kahle.
Lezo indaba ezikude singumasithela kuwe kodwa emaphusheni ami ngiyondiza ngize kuwe siyongikhuthaza isithombe sakho singumanguze kusho ngaphakathi kunina ngiyakuthanda sithandwa sami ngicela ubuye ngiyafisa sithandwa sami ungixolele ngiyakutanda sithandwa sami ngicela ubuye ngiyafisa sithandwa sami ungixolele je passe à toi mon bébé bébé je passe à toi mon bébé. Lezo indaba ezikude singumasithela kuwe kodwa emaphusheni ami ngiyondiza ngize kuwe